Greetings, YouTube. I want you to imagine a group of 100 children. Why 100? It's useful for statistics. And in that group, 10% of these kids get treats. It's always the same 10%, the same 10 kids. They always get the treats. At 2 p.m., a teacher comes out and gives each of these 10 kids treats. Nobody else. Just these 10 kids. Now, over time, these 10 kids come to think of themselves as pretty darn special. They get treats. No one else gets treats. As they grow older, other kids in the group begin to also get treats. At first it's slow. It's only a few. But then it's up to 20, 25, 30. And by the time the kids have reached high school, it's like 50 or 55 of the kids are getting treats. And as they reach their 20s, it gets up to like 60 or 65. And by the time they hit their 40s, it's up like to 75 or 80. Now, all these people at 2 p.m. get a treat. The original group has never stopped getting treats. They've been getting them every single day for all this time, for decade after decade. But over those decades, the original group has gotten a bit resentful because they were the original group that got treats. And darn it, that meant something. But they're not the original group that get treats anymore. They're just someone that gets treats. They are one amongst the masses. And this bothers some of them. And they convince some of the other people that were also early adopters of the treat reception that there should be some designation, some way to discern that those early adopters of the treats, recipients, are somehow special. That they should somehow have a public designation that they are better or more worthy of those treats than all the other people that got them later, especially the ones that got them just recently, just in the past decade or so. Those people really didn't deserve those treats. Now, I read something the other day, I think it might have been yesterday, and it's a wonderful phrase, and it sums up some things I have noticed in, particularly in American society, but in Western society and worldwide to some extent. And that's the phrase, privilege distress. I applaud the person that I'm going to link to in the article that wrote that. It's a wonderful term. Because I've encountered that on a regular basis right here on YouTube, online, and in the real world, in the news, amongst politicians, and my fellow citizens. Some people feel that when they are no longer the exclusive recipient of treats, rights, that somehow their rights, their treats, have been taken away. Now, they haven't. They have the same rights. They're still getting all those treats. But they are now in a situation where other people are also receiving them. And that makes some of them feel not so special anymore. Well, we used to be the ones that got those rights, and those new people shouldn't have them. They didn't deserve them, and they come up with all kinds of excuses as why they don't deserve those rights, why these new people shouldn't have treats. Whether it's women or racial minorities or people that aren't of the particular faith that the original group was, or the LGBTQ community, any group can fall into the category of those that do not deserve treats. Just, sorry, they don't deserve them. We the people who got them originally, we deserve treats. And I'm of the opinion that everybody deserves treats. In fact, we should make sure that it's 100% of people that get the treats. Not 70 or 80 or 90, but 100. And to some, that's a radical concept. That's a going too far. You're obviously a crazy progressive liberal. You can't be that way. Well, yes, I can actually. And I know a lot of social conservatives are opposed to the expansion of treat recipients, even while they do everything within their power to make sure that the treats they have always received remain in place, that are firmly entrenched in society and cannot be budged with a nuclear device. But by gosh and by golly, no one else should receive those treats. And it's time to tell those social conservatives that they are wrong. That the treats they have been receiving for decades or centuries or eons in some cases, in the case of women, are the treats that everybody should get. I'm not saying... You notice how I've never used the word share in this video? Because share implies that you take a whole thing and you divide it into smaller pieces and you give it to two people. We're not sharing rights. We're just saying that other people deserve to also receive them. There is no sharing in the sense that you are not losing anything. It's just that other people will also receive the same rights. And I think this is a good thing. I have yet to have someone show me where a social conservative opinion has helped our species and furthered the cause of equality. So, I advocate treats for all. And I want everyone to have the same rights and responsibilities. That we all deserve them by virtue of birth. That there are no other criteria that have to be met to be treated equally under the law. And I am aware that that is going to be perceived by some people as a radically progressive, liberal point of view. And the only thing I can say to anyone that says that to me is, thank you.